Okay, good morning, everyone. Morning, Pan Asia. Good morning, teachers, students, and staff. Today, I have a very interesting topic that I prepared for all of us, and this is basically very informative. And so, the topic today is basically entitled eating much or less. So, can you see my screen, everyone? Yes, okay. So moving forward, let me start by asking how much is your weight right now? When was the last time you weighed yourself? Did you increase your weight or did you decrease your weight? Or has it just been normal or just stable so far before the holidays or before the start of the new year? Now, is this how you look after weighing yourself? Do you like it? Huh? Or do you find it surprising, or are you alarmed, or are you just happy about your weight? Okay. Now, but this is what I have to say. Eating is okay, but the question lies, what's on your plate and how much you eat and what conversation do we have about it? Um, so is the food that you what's on your plate, is it balanced? Do you have all the food groups that is very essential for our body? Do you eat mostly junk food, or is it full of sweets like chocolates, donuts, and other stuff? Or are you mostly fond of just buying fast food which is high in caloric content? So which is which? Balance, number one, number two, number three, or number four? So you can answer that yourself. Now, how much do you eat from the holidays until this online learning? Let's see if this is what you have been doing. Have you been doing just indulge yourself with lots of food, watching TV, or getting into something and just relaxing, chilling out? Or are you basically working, having your online learning, and then still keep on eating without thinking what effect it will give to you? Or are you working on your bedroom or on your bed and then do your work still eating? Or are you on a diet? Um, or basically, are you eating less or are you eating more? So the quantity and the quality of food that we take matters a lot. So how much you put on your plate and what quality of food that you put on your plate. So why do we eat basically? Why do we eat less? Why do we eat more? Probably some of us are eating less during this time, or probably some of us are eating more. Now that we are having this pandemic still, considering that as of the other day, we have 959 cases, which is really very high. And with this holiday, no social activities or less social activities, and lots of restrictions perhaps that you cannot go out, this gives us an uncomfortable emotion, right? Some of us are stressed. Some of us probably are happy about it too. Some of us are panicking or probably so anxious. When are we going to go back to school? To some, they do. So a lot of us eat mostly because of the emotions that we are feeling at the moment. Okay. And these are factors that the things that we need to really take note. Sometimes we eat because out of a habit. Oh, I have to eat. It's already morning. It's breakfast time. Or I have to eat. It is my mother always tells me that I have to eat at this certain time. Or probably it's because of the taste. You don't have the liking to eat something, or you have the liking to eat something too. Or probably others, and others have a lot to it. Example, probably there are not enough resources to eat, or probably you have access more to food, or probably you don't know how to cook food, so you don't like to eat anymore, or probably you just don't have the appetite to do things, or probably there's not enough resources, or you're thinking that we are on a lockdown, there's not enough income, and then not enough mama or papa cannot buy much, so I will have to limit the food that I'm eating. All of this affects your health and well-being. But the question is, do we feel good about it or do we feel bad about it? It only becomes a problem if and when it changes your function, your body function. It becomes a problem if before these things happen, that you already, and it worsens, it intensifies. Or if, for example, it you don't, with the little changes daily or the changes that is occurring, you're not going to do anything about the change. So let's move on to that. So what are the signs or signs that is telling us that you are eating less? Okay. So if you have the low energy because you don't have enough calorie, you will easily feel tired most of the day. You don't feel like doing something. You just want to be lazy. You are not motivated. You feel not energized. Sometimes it also, without eating less, can cause you to have hair loss. Oh, watch out to those who are having hair loss. To some, it gives you the craving to always want to eat, but then it gets you a stomach upset or a problem with your gastrointestinal, and you feel like vomiting most of the time. Sometimes some of us would feel constipated because we're not giving enough calories, enough fiber in our diet, enough water in our diet. It also, not eating, eating less would also give us a problem with our sleeping. We are not able, we are having difficulty falling asleep. We are having difficulty getting into a deep sleep. And basically, if we do have this, then we are not up and about for for the following day. And it gives us a very low self-confidence about facing others as well. For one, you lose weight. Secondly, you don't feel good about yourself. And then you are very irritable and moody. Um, and lastly, it can also affect with, like, you feel easily cold. You feel cold most of the time because you don't have much body heat that would body heat. So basically, these are some warning signs that we tell our body is telling us that we are eating less. Are we eating less, or are we eating more? So signs of eating more would then be, you see this person here could not fit the jeans, he or she cannot button or zip his pants. So it would mean that you put on weight. And there is always a constant craving for food, okay? And you are not satisfied whether you are full or whether you're just not satisfied that after eating you still want some more. And that's why you keep on, you probably keep on going back and forth to the fridge or asking for more food. So these are signs that you are eating more, other than, of course, having weight. So what are the effects of this if we do eat less? If we do eat less, take note, it gives you a psychological problem. For one, mood is being affected, wherein you get depressed in extreme cases. Then you start to panic with just a little intake of food. You panic that, oh, I'm going to get heavy or whatever. Or probably you feel anxious about many things, and you are obsessed of having a certain rigid control of your weight or the food, the things that you eat. On top of that, your thinking and consciousness is also affected. Focus wise, you are not able to focus. Your critical thinking is slow, and everything is slow. And sometimes you cannot think straight for that. To others, it gets to the point wherein they think there are voices, hearing voices as well. If it gets worse, then you may have some eating disorders that need some psychological or some therapy for that. Now, for the behavior, the craving is there, and that is not what we want to happen. And for the physical, which I have informed you, it gets down to, it affects your heart, it affects your circulation, it affects your hair, it affects your skin, it affects your bones, it affects your blood sugar, and gets down, which is really very bad, and it affects a lot of things. And even with the play of our hormone that makes everyone irritable, moody, and annoyed, and angry, and that sort of thing. But what then if we eat more? Okay, if we eat more, it gives us effect which is very profound, or let's say very it can be seen clearly that there is an increase of weight. Hopefully that this time on we are not putting much weight as we are having right now. So on top of that, it gives us a bad effect to our body, which is one, depression. You don't feel good. Some of us may feel good about putting on weight, and some may not feel good, but then it may cause depression to others. Having difficulty sleeping, have a cholesterol problem, which can increase blood pressure, and problem of the heart, which would tantamount later on if left untreated or left without doing anything about it, may cause some extreme heart problem, kidney diseases, diabetes, problem in the joints as you put on weight, problems with the hormone where infertility and infertility may occur, bowel cancer or gallstones, high blood pressures, and a lot more. So you see, whether we eat less, we eat more, it greatly affects our physical body. It greatly affects our mind, our psychological, and how we deal with ourselves. Now, take note that 1 out of 3 people are overweight or obese. So be careful. And the question now is, what can you do? What can we do first? Plan your approach. So what to eat and when to eat is important. So it is advised that we do eat at a certain time of the day. We just do not keep on eating and eating and eating. It is said that with proper diet, proper eating, we have to consider about the quantity and the quality of food that we are eating, at the same time when to eat. So it says here, those who think they have no time for healthy eating will sooner or later have time for illness. And we do not want illness to set in. So eat when it's time to eat and move along when it's time to move along. Okay? Is that clear enough? So when we do plan, we have to consider, do we have healthy choices in our fridge? Are we eating a balanced meal? If we don't have any routine of eating a healthy food, then most likely it's time for us to do something about that. And track your progress. So when you track your progress, you have to think of what you eat and how much you eat. And once you know about that one, you exercise and stay active. And to track your progress, know your weight as well. Now, let me read this thing to you. Every 35 days, your skin replaces itself. And every month, your liver replaces itself with new cells from the food that you eat. What you eat literally becomes you, and you have a choice in what you are made of. You are what you eat. So if you think that you are eating enough and that you are still very, very thin, then it means you're not eating enough. If you have gone to a point where your BMI is more than what is 18.9, 18.5, 18.6 to 24.9, beyond the healthy weight, then you are either underweight or overweight or obese. How do we compete for our BMI? Take note, your weight in kilograms divided by height, which is meter squared. Okay, weight in kilogram divided by height in meter squared. Okay, and if you use tons, 703 times weight in pounds divided by height in inches squared. So if and when it results to either any of this, 18.5 or below, you are underweight. If you are between 18.5 to 24.9, then you are in the healthy range. And beyond that, you need to think about what you have to do. You plan, okay? So for now, snack smart. Do eat only when you are hungry, not when you are stressed. So you know when you need to stop. Do not just keep on craving and just lavish what you like to eat. So that's it. I hope the things that I have mentioned today have enlightened all of us. And I hope that when you have the chance, if we go back to school, or if you have the chance to go to like 7-Eleven where there's a weighing scale outside, or Big C, then please do weigh yourself. Keep yourself abreast, or if you have a weighing scale, so much the better. So I hope I have enlightened you and thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.